Are you a creative writing student or aspirational writer? Then you got to read this book and learn exactly how not to write. Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of Harry's Book Cafe. So this video I want to talk about this particular book, Shelley Katz's Alligator. This was published in 1977, very much in the same period as most of the animal attack novels during that sort of period. So we're talking about Jaws, we're talking about Jurassic Park. Now this one is, I've read Jaws and it was quite memorable. I really remember it. I don't remember much of that book's storyline, but I do remember enjoying that book very, very much. On this one, however, the same thing cannot be said about this. This, in fact, joins the worst books I have ever had the mispleasure to read. I don't know. I don't think mispleasure is a word, but you know what I mean. So the other two really terrible books, and this can be very, very controversial, is the Boy in the Striped Pajama. It's a fantastic book in terms of a plot line, but the writing is absolutely abysmal. The other one is The Domination. I'll put it here. You can have a look. The storyline, the plot line is ridiculous. The writing is even more so. This, on the other hand, has an amazing plot line. At least in potentially speaking, this book has so much potential. But Shelley Katz, she's not a good writer at all, I'm afraid. So the story is about this 20 feet long alligator somewhere in the Everglades National Park. And two people in the prologue were killed by the alligator. So it involves, the story develops so that more people comes to the city and wants to hunt down this alligator. Problem I have with this book, let's just focus one thing at a time, is that throughout the book, so my edition, this one here, Centerpit, has 333 pages. I did not see the alligator except in the prologue, and I kid you not, the last 20 pages of this book. Everything in between is gibberish. It's completely wasted. There's hardly any action whatsoever. Prologue, I see the alligator, and the last 20 pages is ridiculous. Now move on to the characters. Oh my god, I have never ever read a book that the characters are so fake. Is unbelievable. They are caricatures of what the writer believed they should be. It's ridiculous. So we're talking about this guy who is a CEO of a major corporation in the US, so absolutely loaded with cash. And for no reason whatsoever, there's no explanation in the book. He's just obsessed of killing this alligator, even though he never knew that the alligator actually existed before. And he took two of his buddies, chief executive or vice president, to go with him. He is a caricature. He's a caricature. His only personality is wanting to kill this alligator. He behaves in this loud way that the writer believes a CEO behaves. It's ridiculous. It makes you really... It irritated me to no end. Then we're talking about the guide. His name is Lee, who takes this CEO to hunt down this alligator. And he is another caricature. It's ridiculous. He's, again, just behaving in a way that the writer believes someone who is offstandish should behave. It's unbelievable. And then we found out... And then the writer start providing backstories to the main characters. And the backstory makes no sense whatsoever. It does not develop the plot. It does not make me understand more about the writer. It's just completely irrelevant. Completely irrelevant. And the backstory leads the main characters to do something that's just mad. Has absolutely no relevance. And yet, when one of the characters does something because of his backstory, it just makes you scratch your head. There's no relationship between the two whatsoever. And then we move on to other characters. They seem to come with a drop of hat. There's no explanations. There's no backstories. There's no explaining who they are. They have a job title and that's about it. You know, it's like, okay, who are they? Where are they coming from? What do they contribute? Are they contributory factors towards the story, towards the plot line? No, they are not. They are just there for no reason whatsoever. And it's just, from a reader's perspective, it is ultimately annoying. It is really, really annoying. This is the book I'm so close to DNF. But because I spent quite a lot of money, because the cover is just absolutely stunning. There's no fault about the cover. Centerpit has done a fantastic job, but the story itself is so irritating. It's just like, I struggled so much to actually finish this book. It's unbelievable. When I read the book, I struggle to remind myself that this writer, Shelley Katz, is actually a female writer, because this book, throughout the pages, is inundated with misogynistic sentiments. It's mad. It's written by a woman. And the women are played so little role except misogynistic nonsense. It's unbelievable. It's also racist. Oh my God, this book. I just want to chuck it in the bin if I haven't spent so much money and if the book cover isn't so beautiful. Right, moving on, talk about the actual writing. One of the backstories that she provided for main character, it jumped into that backstory whatsoever. So the book was written in the third party singular past tense. And therefore, when you provide the backstory, it should be past perfect tense. And then the reader can easily understand, okay, you are introducing a backstory. In one of the backstories, she continued using a simple past tense. And it took me a couple paragraphs to understand, oh, actually, she's talking in past perfect tense. She's introducing a backstory. I didn't know that I'm reading one. And, like, what was the editor doing? Is he or her job to actually root these things out? Grammatical mistakes is irritating. The other thing that really, really annoyed me is the writer's apparent paucity in verbs. She used, and I kid you not here, she used the verb scream no fewer than 40 times. And the character sometimes scream, most of the time in fact, scream for no reason whatsoever. They were having a conversation, a normal conversation. And someone says something that annoyed someone else, the other party of the conversation, and that party screams. I mean, who behaves like that? Why are you screaming? Like, if you do want to describe someone screaming, can you think of another verb to use instead of using the same verb repeatedly for no fewer than 40 times? It drives me bonkers. I mean, it probably doesn't bother someone else to the same extent as it has bothered me. I pay a lot of attention to the styles of writing. And this one deserved to be in the bin. I kid you not. It's misogynistic, tick. Racist, tick. Absolutely terrible writing, tick. No alligators, no actions for 95% of the time. And characters behaving in the most ridiculous ways. And they are characters. They are characters. They're not even 2D. You know, we're talking about good character buildings. We're talking about famous writers, and they can really build a character whom you care about. They are 3D, they are dimensional, they are multifaceted, they are believable, they are worth of your sympathy. This one is not even 2D, my friends. This is a 1D characters. They are ridiculous. Now, in the introduction, as I said, if you are a creative writing student, if you are an aspirational writer, please buy this book and learn exactly how not to write a book. In Stephen King's own writing, he mentioned about a time when you are an aspirational writer. When a time comes when you read someone else's book and you sit down and you think, hold on a minute, I can do better than this. And that is your moment, friends. You need to read this book and arrive at that moment. Buy this book and learn how not to write. It's ridiculous. Man, chuck it in the bin. It's too expensive. It still have a collectible value because of the cover and the internal art, which I've done here in the First Designer book. But anyway, have a look. Check out that video if you are interested in the design of the book, which is absolutely stunning. But that's it. That's it for the episode. A little bit of rant, a little bit of negative, but I need to get it off my chest because it really irritated me so much. But anyway, guys, next video I'm sure is going to be much more positive. Until then, cheerio. Oh, don't forget. If you read it, please let me know in the comment what did you feel about this book, and please subscribe to the channel as well, because I aim to bring out lots of videos every day and every week. It's a platform where all the book lovers can really discuss our thoughts on books and all that sort of juicy stuff. So anyway, subscribe please and give it a like. Until next time, cheerio.